Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Fluffy. I know that I have been missing for a while and I'm so sorry, but today I am back with a meal that I'm actually surprised that I don't have on my channel until someone brought it to my attention, which is brown stew chicken. You would think, right, out of all the things I would have that, but apparently I didn't. So we are going to be making brown stew chicken and white rice. Stick around. Alrighty, so I have some cut up chicken here. Just leg quarters that I had my local meat market slice up for me. I have it soaking in my mixture of water, vinegar, salt, and lemon juice. And I've had it soaking for about 15 minutes. Like around 15 to 20 minutes is my normal amount of time that I let it soak for. And now I'm going to go ahead and drain the water off, wash off the chicken, and we'll start the seasoning. I just wanted to show you guys what we'll be using today. So we have here some browning, some crushed Scotch bonnet pepper sauce, garlic and onion powders, parsley, some black pepper, a little bit of jerk seasoning and Caribbean chicken seasoning, along with oxtail and stew seasoning, and lastly some allspice. Again, you can just use whatever you have in your cupboards. This is what I happen to have, and this is how I like to make my brown stew chicken. In addition to the seasonings I'm using, I'm also going to be adding a few sticks of thyme, some freshly minced garlic, and I'm going to chop up a small onion. I usually like to also include green onions as well as bell peppers. However, unfortunately I ran out. So again, it's all about just using whatever you have in your cupboards and in your fridge to make a really great dish. You don't need to add those extras. I know a lot of people don't even like them, but obviously it's always an option. Okay, so I went ahead and chopped up the garlic as well as the onion, and now we're going to go ahead and add it into the mixture that I have here. I went ahead and added all of the dry seasonings in there, and now we're just going to combine everything. So here is the finished product once I've gone ahead and mixed everything together. Now ideally you'd want to go ahead and let this soak overnight in the fridge just to really allow those flavors to marinate into the chicken. However, if that is not an option, you're more than welcome to go ahead and set it in the fridge for about 30 to 45 minutes before cooking. So it's been about 45 minutes since I put the chicken to marinate in the fridge, and all I'm doing right now is just heating up a pan so that I can add the chicken to it, and that way we can start the browning process. So now that my pan has fully heated, I went ahead and added about half a tablespoon of oil. I don't like to use a lot of oil when I'm cooking, so just enough to lightly coat the bottom of the pan. And now we're going to add the chicken. Okay, so as you can see, I went ahead and added the chicken, and I'm just going to go ahead and let this brown for about 5 to 10 minutes until everything catches some color, and then we're going to go ahead and let it stew down. Alrighty, so this is where we are after about 7 minutes or so. As you can see, the chicken has definitely caught some color to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and add about 3 cups of water to this and turn it down. I initially put it on medium-low heat so that it wouldn't burn and splash everywhere. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the water and turn it up to about medium-high and just let it boil down. So after about 7 minutes of basically making the chicken fry on medium-low heat, I went ahead and added 3 cups of water to the pot, and I turned up the fire to medium-high. Everyone's stove range is different, so what may be medium-high for me may be medium-low for you. So you kind of have to just gauge that on your own. But for my stove, I'm going to be using medium-high. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this and just let it cook down for about half an hour, and I'll come back and check it. So after about 30 minutes, this is where we are. As you can see, I still have enough water in the pot. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and stir this around and cover it back up for about another 10 minutes or so. I do have a carrot that I'm going to go ahead and add into it. So after about 10 minutes, I'll come back, chop up the carrot, and throw that in there along with everything else. So as you see here, I went ahead and peeled and chopped up a carrot, nothing fancy, and I also went ahead and added a Scotch bonnet pepper. What I'm going to go ahead and do is add these to my pan over here that still has the onions and the pimento seeds and stuff in there, because I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of water to this and add the rest of this to the pot. So here we are, once I went ahead and added everything else to the pot, and as you can see, it's starting to boil up again, and I'm gonna cover this and let this go for about 10 minutes, occasionally stirring it. Be mindful that you definitely want to make sure that the Scotch bonnet pepper is visible at the top at all times, because if not, what can happen is that it can burst, and if it does, then this entire pot will be so spicy, and if you're like me, we can't handle that. So yeah, this is where we are so far. And here I just have some rice with a little bit of butter and some salt boiling. And please, people, make sure you wash your rice before you start cooking it. I repeat, please wash the rice before you start cook. Alrighty, so our brown stew chicken is done. I just went ahead and turned the stove off under it. We're just waiting on our rice, and as a last minute thought, I went ahead and threw some frozen corn on the cob that I had in a pot with some butter, salt, and water, just to add a vegetable to the plate per se. So within the next few minutes, we should be completely done. Hey, we are done. So we have here the brown stew chicken. We have the rice, which looks like absolute perfection, if I may say so myself. And we have the corn. I cannot wait to dig into this. Oh my goodness. So here we have the finished product. It looks so good. Oh, I cannot wait to dig in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Cooking with Fluffy. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a suggestion. I'm always open to suggestions. Please, please, please. And I want to thank you guys so much for the support. I love it. And we'll see you next time.